Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we're watching episode 1 of Masters of the Air. What do you know about this series / the other two that we kind of saw that are kind of connected?
So, the beginning of this channel, we watched Band of Brothers.
Yes.
Then we watched The Pacific, and then we watched Generation Kill.
Yeah, Generation Kill is not necessarily tied to the first two, but it's still following a story within a war.
Yeah, like a war miniseries for
Right.
us. We were blown away by all 3 of those series that we watched.
Yeah, I had seen Band of Brothers. I love that series. I've probably seen it like half a dozen times or something. And then The Pacific, I think I only saw the very first episode. And then Generation Kill was brand new for both of us. But they were all spectacular, amazing in their own way. The war genre is one of my favorites. It's become a top one for you, something that before the channel, you weren't really watching that type of content.
No.
So it's been really exciting to go through these wonderful productions.
Yeah, this is something that we have been looking forward to, knowing that Spielberg and Tom Hanks were coming together to create another series. We were really excited for it, and then it's here. It felt like it was going to be like a long ways out.
Yeah, I don't even really remember the first time I saw like the announcement and stuff, but we've been very anxiously awaiting this show. We have very high expectations. It's an Apple TV production. Apple typically has great quality of television. I feel like they don't pump out the same level of content as some of the other streaming services, but the level of content that they do is very high caliber.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to this. I know we're obviously in the air. I mean, the show is called Masters of the Air. So it's going to be a much different perspective. Also going to be interesting because like with Band of Brothers or The Pacific or something, you could get stuck in a battle for like a very long time. With this, yeah, I know there's like dogfights and stuff, but a lot of the times, at least, I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong, but it's typically like, you know, hit your target and get out there. It's not like you're going to be in the air for like 4 days, like something like Bastogne was in Band of Brothers. So it's going to be interesting to see how the combat is in this show. So maybe they'll focus more on characters or relationships like on the ground or something. And the only other thing I know going into this is Austin Butler, Elvis.
Yeah, which we haven't seen Elvis.
No. And I believe Barry Keoghan, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, he is, where would you have seen him? You might not have seen him in anything yet, actually.
The name does not sound familiar, but I'm excited to see him and get to know all the cast in this. I feel like with all the war miniseries that we've seen so far, you get right into it with the characters. So I'm really excited to get to know these guys, even though it's probably going to break my heart at some point throughout the series.
Yeah, I'm sure that will be the case, but I'm really excited to experience another war miniseries.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us on our Twitch, Twitter, or Instagram, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episode.
Bucky, next round's on us.
So you're Bucky and he's Buck?
That's a long story.
Bucky and Buck.
Should have introduced them earlier.
He's leaving tomorrow.
So this is Buck.
Maybe if you met a girl worth writing to, you would be.
It's hard to find.
Not if you know where to look.
Like right here.
You wrote me a letter?
Well, you'll have to wait and find out. 2 or 3 weeks.
Did you not realize it was that soon?
You know, just probably hitting her.
Yeah, the reality of it.
To the 100! To the 100. Best of luck, sir. Good luck, sir.
Bucky, see you in England.
Well, this will be easy to remember their names. Bucky and Buck.
The whole damn 8th Air Force is calling me Buck. What kind of a name is Gale anyway?
No.
Just changed his name.
You don't like to dance, you don't drink, you don't gamble. You like sports.
Man, what does he do?
He likes Marge.
It's true.
See you in a few weeks.
If I don't die first,
You're not going over there to fly missions.
I'll be an observation pilot. Tell you what it's really like up there.
Oh, I don't like this already.
Keep the nose down!
Oh.
Let's get this fire out!
Damn, diving just to get the fire out?
Pull up! Ah!
Oh, that is not moving.
Okay, leveling out. Almost there.
I don't think those are friendly. Oh.
We're losing oil pressure on engine 2.
Damn, they are not looking good.
Stay with me, Duval.
Oh. Oh, got one.
We're heading home.
Damn, they got back? That did not look good.
No.
You wonder what to tell your guys? Don't say anything.
How the hell did that thing make it back? That was very intense.
Mm-hmm. And a very quick transition right into it.
Yeah, right into a fight.
They always have incredible...
That's Barry Keoghan.
Okay.
No? I don't think you've seen him in anything, but he's been blowing up last couple of years.
Okay. I always love the intros.
Yeah, the intros like tell a story themselves. Oh. Some of these shots are amazing.
Wow.
That was so epic for an intro.
The 100th Bomb Group was sent to England to join the U.S. Army's battle against Nazi Germany.
I want her back.
Dang.
Most of us had never traveled far from home, let alone flown in an airplane.
Army 233, a flight of B-17.
It's already interesting to see how many people have different responsibilities within one plane.
Mm-hmm.
Continue for runway 6, clear to land.
Why is this getting scary noises?
Yeah, the music.
It's a little breezy.
In Bama, we call that a hurricane.
We're gonna make landing intense?
Landing gear down, get ready on flaps.
Damn, they're coming in like sideways.
Laps at quarter.
Oh.
Holy shit. Oh, you're off. Oh, no, you're not. But damn, everyone else behind you has to do the same thing.
That wasn't as rough as I anticipated for how crooked they were.
But he also might just be an amazing pilot.
Yeah.
Our unit was made up of 4 squadrons. Major Gail Clevin was the commander of the 350th.
They all have the same fucking mustache. I can't tell which one's Bucky, or if Bucky's even here. Is this a requirement to have the same little tiny mustache?
Major, where are you from?
Come on, play along.
Casper, Wyoming.
Cowboy State, huh?
He just wanted me to give you this. Said it's a replacement.
Break some stuff?
Maybe a bottle?
You see that? Broken narwhal tusk. He pulled it down off the wall, pretended to be a unicorn.
Oh, damn, Bucky.
Your friend seemed fine until he started to sing.
Now he lands this. I get both those bikes. And I get a kiss. Oh, my eyes, Tommy, all right?
Oh, man, Bucky. Apple on the head. Oh!
Nice!
Got that kiss. And the bikes.
Somehow we were separated from the rest of our group, but I had another problem. Uncontrollable air sickness.
Oh, we're being narrated by someone else, not any of our 2 Bucky or Buck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, I can't do throw up.
Holding pattern while we figure this out, Cross.
Oh, put that somewhere so it doesn't fall over.
Turn right to 165, over.
I'll pull the fuses. That'll isolate the problem.
Right, go.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, gosh darn it, Cross. I'm sorry.
How'd you make it this far?
No gremlin as far as I can see.
Restarting batteries and generators.
Man, problem solving when you're in the air?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, thank you.
Is that the coast of England? Crosby, that's England, right?
And that's where you're supposed to be going, right?
No, we shouldn't be over water, Lieutenant.
Totally lost.
Sir, what's your heading?
165, like you told me.
You dyslexic or something?
Son of a bitch. That's France! Pilot to group!
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a massive error.
Right? Accidentally flew right towards the enemy.
Morris! Thanks for the bikes!
I'll get you next time.
Oh, no way.
Cost me $3, but boy, he loves to fly. Welcome to the 100th, Meatball.
God, I hope Meatball makes it to the end.
Your radio guy pick up any chatter from the 418? Negative. Oh, I got you a bike.
Oh, nice. Are these the people that were lost?
Left coming down. Negative on right. Fuck.
Negative?
Plum, get on the manual crank. I'm on it. Hey, for you, help him out.
Damn, we've had 2 stressful landings so far.
It's completely frozen.
It's not coming down.
Bring the left landing gear up.
Fuck, they're gonna have to crash.
Walking away from a belly landing and with you on one wheel.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because then you'd go in.
Rescue crew at the ready. Over. Prepare for crash landing.
That is not something you want to hear.
No, I was going to say all the guys at the bottom probably should move up, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they have a procedure. Okay, hold on to each other.
It's pretty steady.
Yeah. Okay. Doesn't look great, but... Wow. That was a very impressive crash.
Is it going to blow?
Maybe. I'm sure you're probably told just to get the, fuck away from it.
Yeah.
You're a navigator, Crosby. You should be able to...
Navigate?
We got separated in clouds.
There are two kinds of pilots. Those who have had a wheels up landing and those who will.
Wow. Okay, he didn't sell out his navigator.
It's my responsibility. I wasn't covering for you. Get a grip on that air sickness. We'll get off my plane.
Oof.
Yeah, because he probably is a good navigator if he's not...
Throwing up constantly.
France? How the hell did you manage that?
Puking my goddamn guts out.
Damn, do they have Dramamine back in these days?
I gotta be the worst navigator in the entire Army Air Force.
Gotta be somebody worse.
Oh, dude, you almost got hit by a car, too.
At least we get to tell them which direction to point the plane. In your case, the scenic route.
How do you make sure your bike's not stolen once you're done with it? I guess maybe you don't steal from the major.
That's what I was thinking.
I think I would be of more use to them and you as a squadron commander.
I expect all officers to get in the game with me.
What the why is everyone throwing blood?
Should I call the doctor?
I'm all right.
No, you're not.
We had to believe we were prepared. We had to.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
There was always a special breakfast on mission days. The men would come to call it the Last Supper.
Yeah, right?
Pass the salt, please.
Throw it over the shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Toss the salt over your shoulder so we can all get on with our breakfast.
Hey, who did that?
You're just a little bit.
You said toss the salt.
Moron.
Salt, not the salt shaker.
Hopefully that's not a foreshadowing that he fucked that up.
Better get some of those eggs before they're all gone.
No, don't bother. These eggs were hatched and powdered before my balls dropped.
The target for today is Bremen. High position with Major Clevin as lead pilot. Wing strength of 78 heavy bombers.
You can expect concentrated flak from Wilhelmshaven all the way down to Bremen.
Jeez.
It's a straight 9-mile run to the target. Immediately after the turn, follow the river.
That was so much information.
And then the navigators have to get even more.
I like your aftershave.
Good. This is how close I want you on my wing today.
I'm right across the way.
Thank you, Padre. We'll be sure to keep that in mind.
I think someone's going to talk to him eventually.
Just like the little moments that just bring you heavy.
Yeah, the fear.
Yeah.
The Last Supper, father coming in.
Mm-hmm. What's this? It's my lucky deuce. I've gone on 2 missions with it already. 2 corners bitten off, 1 for each mission. Here I am.
Take it.
See you later.
This must be really difficult for him.
I trust you all to remember your training. You drop bombs on those Nazi fucks.
Let's rack them up and knock them down.
Yes, sir.
We're blessed to have you on our planes here. I feel the spirit of God in you.
Save my seat.
Rather offer it to you than have you sit on my lap till I move. Fuel transfer, valves and switches.
Throttles. Throttles are closed.
So much to check. So much that can go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lieutenant. You ready to start engines?
Yes, sir. Good to have you with us, Colonel.
That was the guy who was throwing up, right?
I'm not sure.
It's hard to tell when they have all their gear on.
Yeah.
The B-17 had 12 machine guns protecting us.
12 machine guns.
The key to our survival was sticking together. If we got separated, the German fighters could pick us off.
That is sketchy.
Show 'em green.
Here we go, fellas.
Green means go.
My heart's racing.
I know, right? This is stressful. Marge.
Okay, boys, here we go.
I wonder if they actually had any B-17s flying for this show.
I would assume so.
I don't know how rare they are.
3 hours before we hit the target.
After takeoff checklist.
Another checklist.
Okay, Bosser, let's get you in the hole.
I've seen movies before about this position in the plane. It's so scary. Just underneath it.
Pop a flare. Let's see if we can get into formation in this soup.
Roger that.
Oh.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't see a thing out there. Holy shit! D-17 traffic right now. Damn it! There's a Ford on top of us!
Oof.
Count's pilot. We're clear.
Jesus, guys.
That's Cleven's fort. I'd know that aftershave anywhere.
We need to catch up to the rest of the group. Formation's a mess.
Engine 1, running rough.
Already? Just turn around, maybe?
The 351st is lined up. The 349th is way back. Looks like their lead, Veal, is trailing smoke.
Oh, that was the lead of that one?
You need to make a decision, Veal. You're putting your squadron in jeopardy.
The longer we wait, the longer it'll take for them to catch up.
Yeah.
Can't maintain this pace. We're headed back. Red Meat Deputy, I'm heading back. Lead is all yours.
Okay, so just they go back, but the other 5 stay.
Mm-hmm.
Monitor our consumption. We can burn a lot of fuel catching up with the rest of the group.
That's not good.
No. Oof.
Oh, man.
Flak incoming.
Motor crew.
Oh.
Flak. 11 o'clock row.
Flak! Everywhere!
Yeah, everywhere.
Humbly pray, and do thou, O Prince of the Heavenly Host.
Fuck this position, Jesus.
What's the ETA for our target?
About 11 minutes.
11 minutes of this? It's gotta feel like an eternity.
Oh, spirits!
Holy shit!
Oh my.
The fact that they're maintaining that position is insane.
Yeah, you can't really do anything else.
I am not dropping bombs if we can't see the damn target. I'm scrubbing this mission. Navigator, prepare a new heading.
No way. Jeez, look at that.
Flak stopped.
Is that good or bad? They send in...
what that means, boys.
Uh-oh.
Get ready, fellas.
Fighters.
Keep an eye out for enemy fighters.
Top search and crew, 12 o'clock high, fighters! Jesus, they're fast!
So fast. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're going after the split group. Oh!
Anyone see shoots?
Tail the pilot.
Damn, just like that, gone. Holy shit.
There goes small bomb. Oh, shit!
Oh my god, that's so many.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Oh my god.
The 349th are in a cloud bank. I don't see them, sir.
They got annihilated.
Oh,
Jam?
fucking jammed.
Oh my god.
Oh, burned his hand?
There's only 2 left from the 349th.
They're so far back.
Yeah, they were split from the group and got picked off.
Sir, they shot a hole in the turret. I'm freezing to death. Can somebody get me out of here?
We'll be back at base right after we dump these bombs in the channel.
You're gonna drop the bombs anyways?
Yeah, I thought they were canceling it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those are sirens.
Maybe just that they're incoming?
Colonel?
Yeah, that's the blood guy. Colonel. Oh shit, Colonel's down.
You okay, sir?
Count 15. Same.
Man, just the chaos once you come back.
Shut their traps, get to interrogation. Now, that's an order.
Back to work, boys.
Let's go.
It's insane that that was also a failed mission.
Yeah.
These things are shredded. How long does it take to fix them back up again?
Didn't drop a single bomb. Had to salvo them over the channel.
Maybe it's the fuel and
That's
the weight.
what I was thinking, yeah.
Because they planned for them to all be dropped.
Right.
Why didn't you tell me?
What it was like.
You didn't tell me it was like that.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, how do you explain that?
We've seen it now.
I don't know what I saw. 30 guys.
10 guys per plane then?
We got a long road ahead of us.
Yeah.
All right. That was Masters of the Air episode 1. What'd you think?
I feel like that was a really strong start.
Yeah. Comparing it to Band of Brothers episode 1, that one is primarily just meeting characters and you're going through training, I believe. And then at the very end, like, that's when you get the cliffhanger of like something is about to happen. I don't remember episode 1 of the Pacific and Generation Kill and stuff, but this covered, I feel like, everything. Like, we had so much action and a lot of character development and a lot of introductions to different people.
Yeah. And then we also got even just a very small amount of like before they even left.
Right, yeah. I also feel like we learned a lot just how things operate.
Yeah, I think the show's doing a really good job of that, especially for the average audience person, which would be like me.
And me. Like,
yeah.
I don't know anything about this, but now I know, like, okay, they had groups of 6. Obviously, if you are split up, you're incredibly in trouble. 10 guys per plane, stuff like that. Like, I already feel like I know enough so that if situations arise in the future, I know, oh, damn, we're fucked. Or like, okay, we're okay. Like the impact of weather or how navigation can be just slightly tweaked off and all of a sudden you're in France when you meant to be in England. Like, so I feel like we learned a lot just how technical everything needs to be.
Absolutely. And taking the time to go through like the checklist of takeoff and once they were up in the air, like, I mean, we're learning that there, like you said during the episode, there are so many things that can go wrong.
We saw 2 rough landings, one with wind, one with malfunction of the landing gear.
Yeah.
Then this went wrong because the lead, just their engine died out, so they had to drop off, made them undermanned, I guess.
Yeah.
Plus, like, just the weather as well.
Yeah, they had no visibility.
They had no visibility, so they were behind, so they had to burn so much fuel to try to catch up, and they never really did.
Yeah.
Also, them almost slamming into each other because of the weather.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't even a mission. That was a failed mission, and we lost 30 guys.
Yeah. In terms of the introductions, we got quite a few people, and like you said during the reaction, there's a lot of mustaches. It's a little bit difficult to tell the difference between some of the guys, so it might take us a minute to really learn some of their names.
It's also difficult once they're in the plane because they have masks on and they all are wearing the exact same thing, like the sheep, what is it?
Yeah, like a sheepskin.
Sheepskin, like jackets.
Yeah.
So it's like once they're in the plane, it's like, I don't know who this is. Like the one guy who got his face like blown off practically, I don't know who that was before or after that scene.
Yeah.
So it is a little difficult to understand what's going on. You kind of have to try to use the positions. You have to understand who's in what group, who's in the lead and stuff. And also like the positions in the plane, like who's in the tail, the navigator, the guns on the sides. I think it will be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm sure we'll pick it up as the show goes on, exactly where everyone is.
Yeah. So this was a rough start for these guys, and this is a lot of their first time, I think all of their first time up.
Yeah.
So obviously Bucky did choose not to say anything, which was the advice that he was given when he came down from his observation. That was not very observation-like.
Yeah, that was sketchy.
And now they've all had it. They've all had the experience now of going up at least once.
Yeah, they've had the experience of actually getting shot at by flak. I don't think that's something you can kind of train for.
Yeah.
And also going up against fighters. So they were thrown into it. I'm sure it's only going to get significantly worse.
Yeah.
Especially like, I can't imagine doing something like this at night.
Oh, 100%.
Like you can't see shit anywhere probably.
No, I mean, you can't see anything through the clouds. So imagine it also being dark.
Yeah. So I don't know if they purposely don't run missions at night, but they might travel during the nighttime and get shot at during nighttime. So the show did an amazing job, I think, building the atmosphere in the flying fortresses.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what like types of planes I guess we were gonna be following.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about this stuff, so like I'm learning as kind of the show goes on. Honestly, didn't really picture such large planes.
Yeah. I mean, again, I know almost nothing, but you pretty much have 2 types.
Yeah.
The big ones and the small ones.
I guess I didn't even really think about it though. Like I just was like, oh, it's gonna be the smaller planes.
Yeah.
I mean, these are huge and there's like 10 people on them. What did they say? 10 machine guns or something?
12 machine guns
12?
on them. So some people are controlling multiple machine guns.
Yeah, and then you have like your navigator, obviously the pilots, everything. There's just a lot of people on it, a lot of moving parts, and they're big targets because they're huge planes.
Yeah, and they're slow.
Yeah.
Like they can't really maneuver.
Yeah.
So they're really just kind of sitting ducks, especially if they're alone. That's why you need those tight formations and so many of them so that you can fight them off and they can't really get in in between you or anything.
Right.
So it was vicious to see too, like that's the exact strategy from the enemies, which the Nazis, you know, they went right past everyone else and went straight to that smaller group and just shredded them. And that was like, it's crazy because if you're in an action scene on the floor, ground or whatever, like someone could just kind of get randomly shot next to you or something. And it's like, okay, there's one person down. This, it's like, all of a sudden everyone is alive and then all of a sudden everyone is dead and it's 10 guys and it's just like that.
Yeah, I mean, they kept looking for the parachutes. Like, did you guys see any? Did you see any? But I mean, even that last plane, like, I think it hit, like, I want to say those are oxygen tanks.
Yeah, probably the oxygen tank, and it just blew up. So everyone was just on fire. Very brutal. And when you put it into context, like when you see one of these singular machines go down, it's difficult to understand or like put yourself in the fact that there's 10 people in that thing likely all dying.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a rough watch because I'm sure they're going to get into harder and harder missions and deeper into enemy territory. I do think it did an excellent job as a pilot episode to establish that atmosphere, let you know a little bit about enough characters and set up some situations moving forward. Obviously we have Buck, who really wants to be with everyone.
Bucky.
Austin Butler is
Buck.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Austin Butler is Buck.
Yeah.
And the guy who wants to be with everyone is Bucky.
Yes.
But I feel like he might take over for the Colonel because the Colonel just went down from puking up blood.
Yeah, obviously he was concealing that from everyone and decided to go up anyways.
Which is interesting. Like, why does the Colonel get to, please let me know. Like, I'm genuinely asking, why did the Colonel get to go up on a fly mission, but then Major Bucky didn't?
I mean, because he's a colonel.
I mean, I guess he's a colonel. I guess he could make the decision, but it's like, but shouldn't he be the one on the ground? But it's going to be interesting to see if Bucky is in that position because it reminds me of Winters from Band of Brothers, who was like such an amazing leader to his men in action, but he was so good that it was like, we don't need you to die. We need you like planning these things as a general or whatever he became. But it was this struggle for him to be like, I want to be there with my men.
Yeah.
So that obviously had a big impact on that show. And I wonder if we'll have something similar here where Bucky is just constantly feeling like he's on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And will he find a way to try to insert himself back into the action?
Right. I think that's a good predictor of what we're looking at here. If this episode showed anything, I mean, we barely know these guys yet. And that was very sad to watch. So I can't even imagine like moving forward how impactful each of these deaths is going to be.
Especially if you like grow attached to multiple members on one plane and you see that plane go down.
Yeah.
That's like losing, you know, a lot of characters.
Yeah.
I think it was fantastic. I really loved this first episode, this pilot. And I think what I'm most impressed at is just the atmosphere, obviously being up in the sky, in the air, and just like how, I can't think of a good word, heroic, but not heroic, like intense, I guess. Like I was getting chills just then getting in formation in the sky. Like just them prepping for it, I was like, oh my God, like I am pumped for this.
Yeah.
Not like excited to see the action, but like the show captivated me for that moment.
Yes. I mean, already incredible. It's exactly what we were expecting in terms of the filmmaking aspect of it. And I feel like the tension, the atmosphere, everything about it is already great. And we're only one episode in.
Yeah. So I'm extremely excited to see the rest of the season. And thinking about it, so Barry Keoghan, if I'm saying his last name correctly, so he was the one flying right next to Austin Butler's character. You have actually seen him, but I don't know if you'll remember, it's in Chernobyl. He's a soldier who's brought on who has to kill all the animals. If you remember that episode in Chernobyl.
I do. Spoiler alert.
Oh my God.
If you haven't seen Chernobyl.
Okay, let me go back. I'll keep that in. But also, you have seen him just in that, but he's done like 5 or 6 big movies since then, but we haven't seen any of them, but I want to watch them. So
okay.
I hope because he was barely in this. I hope he's in it a lot more.
I would assume he will be because he was like in the intro.
Yeah, he was in the intro.
My homework right now is just to look up more a little bit about just this episode so I can make sure that I'm trying to get everybody's names down.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I only know Buck and Bucky. That's the only two names.
We have Buck and Bucky. So Buck is actually Gale.
Yes, Gale something.
What was it with an M?
I don't know, maybe.
Gale, and then I got Buck. You only get 2 names with me. So Gale and Buck is what you got. And then we had Veal, Gale's counterpart. His plane had to turn around, I believe.
Oh, okay. So he was probably another Major Veal or something like that?
Yes, yeah. Because they had the same title.
And then we also had the pilot who stood up for his navigator.
Yes.
I don't remember his name, but I feel like those will be crucial characters moving forward.
Yeah, and our motion sick navigator.
Yeah, who I believe was narrating most of this episode or parts of this episode.
Parts of it, yeah.
So that's interesting to have a focus on his character.
Yeah, so homework.
Homework. Because also I think Band of Brothers in the Pacific, I want to say is they're also based off of some books or a book or something like that.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, is Masters of Air based off of another book? Like maybe our navigator is one of the members of the 100th. I believe he's part of the 100th who survived and wrote Masters of the Air.
Definitely could be. And I was wondering if we were going to get any real interviews.
You're right. Unfortunately,
I think it would be we're too far removed
from World War II. There's unfortunately not very many veterans left from World War II.
Yeah. But I would be really interested, if this is like from a book.
Right. So let us know.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up.
But this was a strong start, and I'm super excited for the rest of the show.
Yeah, me too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt. This is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episode 2 of Masters of the Air. What'd you think of the first episode?
Strong start.
Oh, for sure.
I am loving the character development that we're getting, and we got right into it.
Yeah, I mean, multiple action sequences in the sky or the air, exposure to a lot of characters, which is obvious for a pilot episode. We talked a little bit about the difficulty when everyone has the tiny little mustache, plus when they're in the planes and they have the oxygen masks and goggles and caps and all wear the sheepskin jackets. It's kind of like, come on guys, you're all identical here. So you have to rely a little bit more on understanding the position of where the plane is and who is in that plane and the positions of the people in the plane. You can't really look at the visual person. You have to know where they are in the plane to know who it is.
Yeah. So we're going to do our best with their names, but forgive us if there's some bumps in the road while we're trying to get to know everybody.
Or some turbulence. But yeah, we had a great time with the first episode. It also had a lot of like, I guess, man, it's hard. I can never explain it, but like emotion behind the scenes or like just the intensity of the anticipation of them, you know, going through the checklist and then flying and getting a formation. It's just like, you know what's coming. You know, at some point they're about to get annihilated by fighters or flak or whatever. So it does a very good job at building that tension.
Yeah, and like we said in the outro of the last episode, I like how well they're kind of explaining things to us for someone that like isn't familiar with this stuff. It's just making the show a lot more enjoyable to get into it and have things explained to you.
Yeah, explain enough that we can understand the severity of the situation. It's also different because you're in this giant machinery that we've already seen in the first episode. There are so many ways things can go wrong before you are even in the danger that you anticipated to be in.
Right.
So super strong start and really loving it. Super excited to see what comes next.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into it.
So if you'd like to see the full length reaction for this as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us on our Twitch, Twitter, or Instagram, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episode.
You ought to report to the hospital after the interrogation. Got it? Welcome back.
Interesting how quickly they get back to like civilization after a mission, you know?
Well, they're into interrogation.
I know, but I'm just saying like mission on the ground and stuff, it might take you forever to get back from your mission or something.
Oh, right.
Buster's frostbite is going to require more attention than we can give him here.
Oh, dang. Even his hands.
Can't wait to get back in the fight, sir.
Good man.
That was just the guy that was freezing? Holy shit, he really was freezing.
These sorts of casualties are unnecessary losses for the group. Eventually, we just lost another CO. He burst an ulcer when he landed.
An ulcer?
It's freezing cold and I gotta grab the gun with my bare hands.
Oh shit, that was ice, not... Like, I thought the gun was too hot.
So did I.
You feel anything? I don't feel a thing. Can you do me a favor? I want you to help me.
Just so he can feel?
Stop horsing around.
Horsing around? I'm not a horse.
This is bad. Oh!
felt that, Kurt.
That could have been worse.
Yeah. It sucks if you feel too much, and it sucks if you don't feel enough, I guess.
Everyone just deals with
Gotta
things
meet that goddamn new CO. Thursday
Oh,
and
new
tomorrow.
CO.
Day is tomorrow.
Oh, damn. It's already tomorrow.
You hungover, Major?
No, sir.
Yeah, he's still drunk.
Colonel Hugland didn't think much of your skills as an air exam.
Well, I didn't think too much.
Too much of his flying?
Is this CO gonna want him up in the air?
Well, I ain't Colonel Hugland.
No, you're not.
Huh.
The boys are back with me again.
You son of a bitch.
It wasn't my idea. Hugland recommended you.
You're both sons of bitches.
Wow.
We made things for the least disciplined bomb group in the entire wing. Maybe you can make a difference.
I don't want to be the guy wiping your ass, Bucky.
Damn, what a shift of responsibilities for everyone.
You got up early this morning? Oh, I can read upside down, Buck.
All I said was your arm is right about you being a leader.
Oh.
That's what the letter was.
Wow. Yeah, he was looking at something.
I want to write the letters to the families of the boys that we lost.
I'll help you.
Only 2 pilots left up in the air. It'll be me, and it'll be you.
Don't count on it.
I guess I never really put too much thought in the fact that, like, obviously you have to be coming back to a very well-secured area for all of these bombers to be at. So it's like when you come back from your mission, you get hot food and like meals and beds and stuff, like right away.
Yeah. This intro gives me chills.
I know, every time. It's only been 2 times, but still, I have goosebumps everywhere. And there's like so much in this intro. I'm like, how the hell is this all going to be the same season?
Crew chiefs were responsible for keeping our planes in the air on any given mission. One of our best crew chiefs. He was 19 years old.
Dang,
Wow.
19 responsible for all those planes.
This bird's been dripping off. We're gonna clean the hard stands.
Yes, please.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
It was such a nice moment.
Right? With just a crash right behind it.
A practice mission, he went into his turn too early, too slow, stalled out.
Practice.
One of the 349th, new crew.
We're already down 66 combat air crewmen.
Some of your crew are going to have to fly with the 349th. Same goes for you.
Yes, sir.
Damn, down so many forts and men so quickly.
You gotta have the worst luck I've ever seen, Quinn.
Enticing me.
If I ever go down, we all go down. Come on, lighten up.
They look like 12.
You're up there in broad daylight, seemingly oblivious to the downsides.
We bomb at night because it doesn't matter what we hit, as long as it's German.
Huh.
Maybe if you bomb during the day, you hit your targets.
And why the hell do you Brits add an S on the end of man?
I heard you sing, Major.
Oh no, when he sings, shit happens.
You're Buck, and he's Bucky.
Was there a shortage of nicknames in the 100?
Just a shortage of crews.
You'd have more if you flew your missions at night.
Oh, come on, guys.
Why'd you have to go and say something like that?
Hey, please. I'll owe you one.
Are we fighting?
Ladies, let's go. After you.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here.
He's a sweet guy, but he recently had to clap. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
There you go.
She's like, no, thank you.
Time to show them what we're made of.
Absolutely.
You, I don't know about this.
Come on, seems you like to do your fighting at night, Brian. Hey.
Oh, quick.
Felt that, right?
Just like that? That was so fast. That was one punch and out. Sorry, Brits. That is an interesting philosophy. Just drop bombs at night and they don't care what they hit.
The Americans pursued daylight precision bombing. The British practiced nighttime area bombing. More effective depending on which uniform you wore.
Yeah, I guess so.
The Norden bomb site, the most closely held secret of the war.
Oh.
The rest of the base worked tirelessly to get the flight plans, equipment, and planes ready. And even though they remained at the base, they were on every flight with us.
Yeah. I like how much credit they're giving to everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if, saying that the British have been fighting for 4 years, now they just bomb whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If the Americans are in the fight long enough, maybe they get to the point where they're like, just drop bombs.
The 100th will be leading the wing on today's mission. And the target for today... submarine pens in Trondheim, Norway.
Damn, dropping bombs in Norway.
Bubbles, sick as a dog.
Uh-oh.
Who do we have?
There's like no one. You're already kind of sharing men.
We're leading the wing today.
What? I can't lead a wing, Bubba. I can't.
You can lead a wing.
Oh, him?
It's my lucky snow globe. I want it back.
Oh man, don't get sick.
Beautiful shot. I'm nervous for him.
I know, especially because he's lead.
There we go.
It's my first time in the lead. Well, I've seen Bubbles do it a million times. Can't be that hard.
What do you say?
Fire in the hole! Hot bastard.
He's already looking a little rough. Come on, Crosby.
So tight.
Right? There's no space to work.
95th at 3 o'clock.
Roger, Navigator. I have visual. Turret, send out a flare. See if they'll get in formation.
Roger, we'll go.
Gotta get tighter.
Or more accurate, at least.
Oh.
Crosby.
Put your mask on and read the damn map. Come on.
God, it's just puke everywhere for this guy.
How we doing, Crosby?
Yeah, good, sir. Just doing some calculations, Major.
Dude, please, you are stressing me so out.
You can see the crowd smoke screen.
We got it, Cros.
Another right turn to 140.
Fuck, here comes a flak.
Pilot to Bombardier, the ship's all yours.
Roger, my aircraft.
No way, the Bombardier takes over? I thought he just dropped bombs.
11 o'clock, low.
Oh, fuck. Damn, how do you even keep your eye on this thing? It's like you gotta like strap your head to it or something just so you don't shake around. Oh.
Engine 3's been hit bad.
God damn.
Just protecting the goods, Cross.
Uh-oh. He's sitting on your puke.
Bombs away.
Here we go. Damn, looks like you're bombing the shit out of it.
Pilot to top turret. How's Biddick looking?
Slowing down.
Roger. Keep an eye on him.
Let's get the boost pumps on. Let's see if that helps.
No, it's getting worse.
Worse?
We got a straggler. We're gonna throttle down and stick with him.
Good, don't leave them, right?
Yeah, I was worried. I didn't know what the plan was or if some of them were to go back. I know they kind of need everyone.
Right?
It helps to have friends in high places. Huh, Dick?
I wasn't even really thinking about that, you know, because even when we had that one crew of just 5 bombers, they got shredded when they didn't have everyone else.
Just give me a minute. All right.
Come on, Crosby. Oh, he's wearing his puke helmet.
Jesus Christ, what? What? Oh, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. False alarm.
That was blood?
Yeah, I thought it was his brains coming out.
When we hit Scotland, we go straight south. If Biddick has to put her down, at least he's on land.
That seemed really good.
That's the plan.
10 o'clock, level.
Oh, fuck.
Trying to pick off Biddick. Give him hell.
No, don't let him pick him off. Oh, damn.
Keep an eye out for more out there.
We can't keep this up. We're setting ducks at half speed.
We're not leaving them behind.
I don't like the cloud cover. It freaks me out.
You're right. He's still there.
Are we over Scotland yet?
Yes, we are, sir.
Please tell me you were actually over Scotland. Okay. God, Crosby stresses me out so much.
Losing number 3.
We're headed down now for an emergency landing.
Oh, come on, you're so close. Just at least get to land.
Pilot and crew, get ready for landing.
Oh my God, are you too low?
Tail gear down.
Okay, everything's down.
15.
Oh, too low, too low.
No. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Damn, through this person. Oh! Jeez, sorry about your farm.
Oh, I thought they were gonna be way too low.
I wasn't that bad, right?
That was terrifying. Do you just abandon that bomber up there then? Like,
oh, get it fixed like over there?
yeah, how do you get, I assume you just leave it there and that's it.
Maybe it just depends where it lands, like in whose territory.
They start rolling down my forehead. I think, holy mackerel, you've been hit.
Of course, you would narrate your own death.
The radio science really threw off those Jerrys. That and hitting the deck. Hardin, he couldn't be more impressed by you. Transferring you to Blakely's crew full time. We gotta give you an actual nickname.
They call him Bing back home.
That's just lazy. I'll see you at the club, Cross. I'm buying.
Dang.
Hi, Bubbles.
Sir.
Wow.
He thinks my nickname's lazy?
Bubbles.
What did the missus say? She mentioned me?
Nope. Seems to have forgotten.
Say hi to Bubbles for me.
Oh, it's right there.
Mrs. Jean Crosby, you still can't get over that, can you?
Rest up.
Thanks for coming.
Well, that was like a very successful mission, I guess. Everyone came home.
You know what this is missing?
Nothing.
Vocals.
Oh, it's not.
Please don't sing.
Should I sing?
No.
Should I sing?
No.
Never saw the sun shining so bright.
He didn't ruin it that much.
I feel like they got louder when he started singing.
I'll be over there, coming in hot on her. Really ought to put her in some mass production. $2 says I can get her to laugh inside a minute.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like mission, and then it's back. Like drinks, women, such a different vibe.
Hey, Buck, is that you?
Kurt! Kurt!
Oh, from Scotland.
Where are you?
Where am I?
In the Devil's Dope, son.
It turns out that they don't like the English much either, but they like me because
Yeah.
I'm Irish. Thank you, Bucky. Thank both of you. Saving our asses.
John says he misses his little spoon.
Hey, I'm the big spoon here.
What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
I don't know.
One's really heavy, the other's a little lighter.
That was good.
We're gonna need a new group navigator. I was wondering if you could recommend someone.
Bubbles?
Bubbles.
You brought the group back home.
And you got Biddy to Scotland, alive.
Trying to poach Crosby or something like that?
It sounds like they're trying to get him, for planning. He did do a great job in making sure that they had a safe place to land.
Yeah, he had the plan to get them to Scotland.
I see money changing hands. I hope that's going on me.
Oh, we got a bike race? Oh, I thought they would go outside.
No.
Oh, there's some tight spaces. How has no one crashed yet? Oh!
Oh, pile up.
All personnel take shelter.
Take shelter? Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about getting bombed back.
If I'm gonna bet on anything, I'm gonna bet on us, Buck.
My father liked to drink. When he drank, he gambled.
That's why you don't like sports.
These daylight missions are suicide.
Why didn't you agree with him?
Didn't like his delivery.
Well, if you weren't a betting man, what's the move?
We lead our boys through it.
All right. That was episode 2 of Masters of the Air. What'd you think?
That was good. I think it was good now that we got to see like a successful mission.
Yeah. It's crazy how simple a successful mission feels compared to something that goes horribly wrong. Because before I knew it, they were there, they had the target in sight, they dropped their bombs, and then they had their plan to go home. So other than, shoot, I forgot his name. It's Barry Keoghan's character, Clark, I think, something like that. The plane that was obviously damaged. Other than that, everything just kind of worked very well. And then that was it, they were back.
Yeah, and they were able to successfully make sure that they were able to safely land in Scotland. So they're still there. They got to make their way back still. But overall, that was a very successful mission.
And I don't know why it didn't click fast enough for me, because obviously that was a point of the first episode to have that smaller group get massively targeted, and for the plane that was injured to not be able to keep up with the rest of the group, to have the entire group slow down just for that one plane. It was incredibly impressive. It put everyone at danger, but they were not going to leave them behind.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what the right way to handle that situation was. I was thinking maybe an entire unit. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. In my head, I'm saying that there's 3 units within the one
bigger unit or squadron or whatever.
Yeah, but I would imagine that maybe like one of them were to go. But I mean, that's how we kind of
that we saw 5 bombers get shredded in episode 1. So I think it's like
3 out of the 5.
But still, like 5 was small enough to pick at.
Yes.
So it's like, even if you had 6 bombers split off just for the a damaged plane, I don't think that would have been enough.
Right. So very interesting to see. I love that, they took a moment to be like, oh, someone in high places type of thing. But overall, like, it was mostly for their safety because you have a single plane, but also that would leave a hole, like a gap for everyone as well. So thinking about like the best way to handle that, I really wasn't sure what they were gonna do, but clearly that was the best way for them. It worked.
And it was stressful too. Like when I think they said 88s, maybe I'm incorrect in that, but obviously when the German planes came in, they went straight to the damaged plane and they got one of them.
Yeah.
And then the other one fucked off.
Yeah.
It's just crazy where it's just like identify like the prey and attack it. And it's just like, it's very obvious because you see it smoking. Mm-hmm. So they went straight for him. So you understand that if they would have left that bomber, because at first I was just like, oh shoot, he's gonna have to just, peel off and go back. But they probably wouldn't have made it back the same route.
No.
And if they would have peeled off, they would have gotten wrecked. They would have gotten shot down.
Yeah. I mean, you're a sitting duck when you're by yourself and you're going slow and you don't have the ability to maneuver as well or to speed up.
Yeah, it would have been a death sentence.
Yeah.
So it was impressive. Crosby, that he stresses me out so much, but he got them back and they landed in Scotland.
The way that he was able to look at the map and determine what the best way back was, not just the fastest way to get back, but the best way to get back over land for a majority of the time in case they did need to crash land, which they did.
Not even land, like friendly land.
Yes. Crosby did an incredible job with that. I think when he was having that conversation there at the end, he wasn't giving himself enough credit as much as he stresses us out and he needs to get his motion sickness under control. Like there's a good portion of things that he could work on. He did do good. And I think he wasn't fully giving himself the credit that he should have for that because I think that was huge. I mean, he probably did save their lives.
Yeah. And I don't know how to take that conversation yet. From what my understanding is, Crosby is now on Bucky's plane. And it seemed like those guys wanted Crosby on their plane. So I'm not quite sure what the situation is or who has pool and stuff.
Yeah, I don't even honestly know if it was a plane. That conversation that we had with the three guys in the bar.
Right.
It sounded to me like he was saying like, oh, that's like an admin planning job. So I wasn't sure if that was something kind of like what Bucky didn't want to do when he had to like stay down. He didn't get to go into the fight, anything like that. I didn't know if that was what they were asking about, something like on the ground that you plan ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either.
Yeah. So, I mean, he recommended Bubbles because obviously he was using Bubbles equipment and planning and maps. So he knows that Bubbles is great.
It's just interesting that he also took Bubbles' job like immediately.
I mean, Bubbles is clearly still going to be out of it, at least for a little bit.
Maybe for a few more missions or something.
Yeah. So the fact that they were ready to just replace him that quickly.
Yeah. It's interesting the amount of collaboration you need on these planes, and probably everyone wants the best of everyone on their bomber.
Yeah.
But we are already down, they call them forts for short. We're already down multiple forts. We saw a fort go down just in practice. We're down tons of men waiting on replacements already. It feels like they're really not even in the war yet, because it was interesting to see that conversation with the Brits that they were giving each other shit, but the philosophy that the Brits had to bomb at night, it's safer for them, and then they honestly just don't give a shit what they hit. If they hit something German, then it's a win. And the American perspective, at least for right now, is, well, we like to be precise with our bombing. And that was an interesting comment where it was like, they've been at war for 4 years over here. Like they've been going back and forth, shot for shot. Like it's getting to the point where you just drop bombs.
Right.
And any damage is successful damage depending on where it lands.
Yeah.
I don't know the philosophy or where it goes into the future. I don't know if American strategy changes at all. I also had no idea that the Americans had a targeting system that was so superior that allowed them to focus on targeted bombing. And it also seemed like that was kept just for the Americans. Like they were not giving out that type of targeting to anyone else.
Yeah, and the emphasis that they put on like the work that goes into it. Like before, like these guys are all, I mean, in some cases partying, but they'll be sleeping, preparing for the next day. And there's so much going on behind the scenes that's getting these planes, the plans, everything else loaded and prepared in order for them to have a successful mission. So I love that they're kind of shining a light on all of those jobs as well, even though we are watching the combat.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that they focus on like, yeah, we're in the combat, we're in the shit, but we're not able to be in the combat unless we had, you know, whatever they called crew chiefs, or I forgot what it was, but unless those guys are fixing the planes and stocking the planes and everyone's getting the maps ready and the bombs loaded, and like there's so much that goes into each one of these forts that, you know, there might be 10 guys in it, but how many dozens of guys or whatever are used to just get that thing up in the air?
Yeah.
So it was really cool that they, you know, shined a light on that.
Yes. I like that we're getting like more stories for everyone, even just getting to know specifically at the end there, it was Bucky and like a little bit about his childhood.
Yeah.
We've seen from him, like he doesn't drink, he's not into sports, it sounds like.
Right.
So a lot of the stuff that a lot of these guys are into, the drinking and the sports or gambling or whatever it may be, he's not really into. And to kind of get like a little bit of his childhood and why he is the way he is.
Right.
Was really interesting. Like, I just like getting to know the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like obviously the first episode, you have to go through so much information. It feels like we're starting to establish a lot of these guys' personalities and how they gel with each other. Already seeing some forms of, I guess technically it wouldn't be PTSD yet. I don't know. But like with Buck, he was drinking a lot because he couldn't feel anything after losing all these guys. So I'm sure as the war goes on, we're going to see a lot more effects on these people. Kind of reminds me of the first episode with the father that was there who kind of came in. It was like, hey, if anyone wants to talk, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I think it's going to start weighing, especially once we see more and more bombers go down, because this episode, very successful.
Yeah, but I don't anticipate a whole lot more of that. I think it's gonna get harder and we're gonna start losing a lot more people, and the longer the show goes on, the more we're getting to know them. So I think it's just gonna get to be a harder watch.
Yeah, for sure. I think this was a great second episode. I want to touch again, like we've obviously seen a lot of other war miniseries, and when you think of like Band of Brothers and you think of like going through a battle and combat and stuff, and then when things die down, like you think of like Bastogne in Band of Brothers, and like the downtime is sitting in ice and snow in like a foxhole that you built, and like, you know, you're not getting hot food or showers for days, weeks, months. You're, you know, foraging for ammo, whatever the situation may be. You go to the Pacific, and like when you're not in combat, like you have extreme diarrhea and you're in mud and like
you're getting eaten alive, you're getting
by bugs and like alligator, like you're in just terrible conditions. And it's so strange to see going from a mission to coming home and you're drinking and you're partying with women and you're singing and dancing. It's just like, it's weird. It's really weird to be like the combat and the missions are so stressful, but then you come back and it's just so much better. Even like the food that they were eating, the fact that they could just sit at a table and have like orange juice and toast and eggs. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like that's such a drastic change from the conditions that other people are in between combat.
Yeah, I think it's just very different for us to see. But when you look at this, it feels like the stakes are a lot higher because you're literally all just like in a plane. That plane goes down, you've lost all of those men, most likely.
Yeah.
Whereas on the ground, it feels like, you know, if something happens and you happen to be able to run a little bit faster or hide or whatever it may be, there's maybe greater chance of survival in certain.
You have a lot more flexibility when you're on the ground.
Yes.
Than you do, whatever, 25,000 feet in the sky.
Yeah. But it's different for us to see this.
Yeah.
Because even I think in every war film that we've watched, I don't recall any of it being like this.
Yeah. So like we're seeing a lot of them just in friendly, peaceful times, technically, in their like own little bubble on the airfield. I'm sure that will not last.
No.
But yeah, kind of like what you're saying. I mean, on the ground, you might fight for months for what feels like, you know, feet of progress. Whereas these, like, the missions are so strategic. You're like going after such big targets and stuff, and everything needs to happen in such a condensed amount of time because you're not in the air for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
It's like a single day.
Yeah.
So it's just very different, but I'm loving it because, again, the atmosphere once you're in the air is incredible, and the tension and the stress is like a 10 out of 10 every single time you're up there.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm learning a lot, which I love. Like, I love being able to learn about this in particular. So far, I'm loving this show.
And I'm sure you like the little Scottish bit.
That accent.
Yeah, the accent and the fact that they didn't like the Brits either. They're like, hey, we found some common ground here. So that was a hilarious part. Even though, man, he almost fucking crashed right into those cliffs.
That was terrifying. I felt like he was really low, but hey, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, so an amazing second episode, and I'm excited to see what comes next.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us and any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.